Hello everybody, Corky Alexander here again. Today we're going to be talking about, in the beginning guitar, tuning, chords, and picking. Now, we're on an acoustic guitar, which is what I recommend beginning guitar players to learn on. And the acoustic guitar is going to continue to be your friend for a long time, even if you move on to electric playing. For tuning, some of you will use a digital tuner, maybe an app on your phone. I mentioned in a previous video that I recommend you developing your ear to be able to tune to other people, be able to match those tones. Now there's external tuning, which is you would match your high E to a high E somewhere else, either in a tuner or someone else's guitar. And then there's internal. And so right now my guitar may not be in perfect standard tune because it's been sitting for a while, and the longer that the guitar sits, the tighter the strings get. You would think that letting the guitar just sit would loosen the strings, but it actually tightens them. And if you don't touch a guitar for a long time, for years, and put it in a closet, the strings will eventually pull the guitar apart. We're using steel strings, in my case bronze light gauge. And so when we begin to tune, there's external tuning, which means you're going to tune to some outside source, and then there's internal tuning, which means even if my guitar is not matched to some outside source, I can tune it internally. That means tune it within itself. Now, a very common way of tuning is to go up to the 5th fret on the top string and to match the A string to that 5th position on the E. Then you'd move on to the D string, as you see there, I went a little bit too far. I'm on the 5th fret, pressing the A string down, and then I'm going to match the D string to that. 5th fret on the D string, you want to match that G to that. 4th fret, I'm pressing down on the G string, and I match my B to that. That's the little change that happens in the string development. Then back to the 5th fret, I'm pressing the B string, and I want to match my high E. So that's a simple way to do it. Another way you can do it is by using harmonics. Now, harmonics are a thing where if you want to do a harmonic on the 5th fret, you're going to put your finger immediately above the fret closest to the body, and like that. And you're not even going to push it down. You're just going to allow your finger to rest on the string, and then you take it off. Some of you remember Yes's song Roundabout. Those are harmonics, okay? So here on the 5th, and then on the 7th, on the next string, see, that's pretty close. I'm going to the A string now, making a harmonic on the 5th fret, actually on the fret closest to the body. And you hear that wave change? Now I'm going to the 4th string, the D string, pressing on the 5th fret, make a harmonic on the fret closest to the body. And then when I get to the B, I go back up to the E, and then I'm back on the 5th fret on my B string on the fret closest to the body, and then hitting the 7th fret, and that's how we get. Now, if you're doing this on electric guitar, you're going to need for your pickups to be in the bridge position, not the neck position, because it's going to be hard to hear the harmonic if you're in what Jimi Hendrix called the woman tone, which is with the toggle pushing the pickups to the neck. You want to do that high treble pickup. Okay, so that's tuning. Also, when you are moving your strings in the tuning process, it's always better to go lower than the note and pull up to it. Because if you go above the note and then you match it by loosening the string going down, then the first time that you fret, you're going to pull the string out of tune again. We learned that from Danny Gatton, okay? Thanks, Danny, the late great Danny Gatton, Washington, D.C. Okay, so tuning, the main chords are A, B7, C, D, and E, and F, and G. And I do recommend you play your G like this. It's going to be a little hard the first time. But if you play it like this, when you change the C, you've got to completely flip. Whereas if you're in like this, you just jump the track. Okay? That's the main open chords. So people will add notes to the chords, like sometimes they'll add that high A note on that last string. On G, sometimes they will add this D. Okay, so those are the open chords, all right? Now we start talking about bar chords. There's going to be several forms of bar chords. You know what an E chord looks like. So we have an E form bar chord, and that's a G with an E form bar chord. I'm making really an E chord, and then I'm making a bar, pressing down every string in that 3rd fret to make that G. The way this will progress is F, and then the bar for F is this. Probably going to be your least favorite chord. F, F sharp, G, always right now making the E form, A flat, A, B flat, B, C, there's a little change in the string progression, C sharp, D, and then of course up here would be the octave of E. So this particular guitar doesn't access that very easily. Then we have an A form bar chord. Here's an A, and then an A form bar chord, B flat, B, C, and some people play it by chording with the little finger, but you gotta leave that last string open unless you're just gonna omit it. And then C sharp, D, E flat, E, F, those are A form bar chords. There's reasons why you're going to use those, okay? Then there's A minor form bar chord. Here's A minor. We might as well go ahead and mention the minor chords now, the open ones. Start with A minor, B minor, C minor, D minor, E minor, F minor, G minor. All right, so an A minor form bar chord, start with A minor, B flat minor, B minor, C minor, C sharp minor, D minor, E flat minor, E minor, F minor, F sharp minor, G minor. That's an A minor forms, which means we bar everything with that finger and then we form an A minor right here. I'm not worried about going too fast because you can use your pause button and rewind and all that good stuff. So those are the two forms of bar chords, and there are others. And the Beatles, sometimes they showed off by doing C form bar chords. But I don't use many of those, only once in a great while. There's also E minor form bar chords. Start with E minor, which is right there. F minor, F sharp minor, G minor, A flat minor, A minor, B flat minor, B minor, C minor, C sharp minor, D minor. And all of these you're going to be playing at different times, and then you'll also be playing different parts of the chord. Like so that's an A minor bar chord, but I'm only playing the bottom half of it because I've got a riff there I'm doing. Okay, let's talk about picking. Most everything I'm talking about on here is flat picking. There is another style of guitar playing called finger style, and there's several other styles as well, slide, things like that. But I'm going to be doing flat picking in this because I see that as the kind of default American style, okay? And I use a Fender medium pick right here. And I use medium. I use thin in the beginning, but it gives too much of a clicking sound. And then when I move the mandolin, you want a stiffer pick because you want to be able to be faster on your picking. And so the medium is what I like. Use whatever you like. Some of our most famous guitar players, some of our biggest heroes, just use the thumb pick and did everything else with their fingers. Well, I sometimes, as you can see, I'll use these fingers. As you see, the guitar will go out of tune, especially if you come out of a cold car, go into a hot building. The guitar will move because it's a dynamic instrument. The wood is always changing and aging, and then the strings are expanding, contracting, and so you're going to be constantly be tuning. Don't wait until you get in front of people to tune, though. Make sure you tune beforehand. And all right, I'm going to talk about strumming now. For an A, first style of strumming I'm going to show you is what I call alternating bass. That's alternating bass because it alternates these bass notes, A and E. Now, all I'm doing is downstrokes right now. If I was going going to do the next type of strumming, which is called monotonic. I would only be using the A. Okay, that's alternating bass and monotonic bass, the two style of strumming. In the key of C, alternating. Monotonic. And I'm muting or damping a little bit there. D, still monotonic strumming. Now alternating in D. So that's the two types of strum that I want to show you right up front. There are others as we go along. There'll be all types depending on what the song calls for. And that's what I really want to set forth at the end of this video is that a performer is someone who plays for other people to hear. And a true musician is one who plays whatever instrument and whatever style that the song calls for, whatever makes a song better. That's a true musician. Otherwise, you have to wait for people to pay attention to you. But a true musician contributes to the music. Okay, well, take a break. Corky Alexander signing out.